Good evening and welcome to my channel. It is a little bit later than I usually like to go on, and I do apologize. But today's been one of those days where, priorities. Anyway, I hope you are doing well. My name is Joyce. Welcome to my channel. Today's conversation is going to be about knowing your worth and knowing what you deserve. And it really came out of a conversation I was having with somebody yesterday. And I came to realize, and I think especially for any changes that I've made in my life, it is because I finally understood that I deserve better. Now, if you've been brought up in a very healthy environment where you know what to expect and how people should treat you and how you should treat other people, it makes a world of difference. For the majority of us, we've grown up really with a lot of expectations placed on us, and we've always had to put ourselves second. And so if you've been in any situation where you are confronting having to think about whether to put yourself first, yeah, that's a problem. Whether it's a relationship, whether it's a job, whether it's financial gain, if you have to question whether you deserve better, you've probably had it rough. And it's time for you to start putting yourself first. Now, that's not to say it's easy. And I think this conversation could be unpacked over several sessions, but we don't have that kind of time. And I hope that you'll be able to explore this a little bit further. Always ask yourself, whenever you're in any situation, how am I feeling? Do I feel like I deserve this? And then once you start to answer those questions, you'll start to unpack, really. You start to understand yourself, first of all, but also unveil your innermost and your hidden subconscious beliefs. I think that sometimes we accept life because that's what we've been taught. I think for me especially, I didn't know, and I've said this before in this channel, I didn't know that I could choose who I wanted to be. It was never positive to me. It was always like, this is your life path. You go to university, you get a job, you get married, and you enjoy that for the rest of your life, or not. Until I sat down and actually I was invited to a meeting and I heard somebody speak and they were talking about choice. Like I could choose a career path. I just thought, and I know that comes across as quite naive for a lot of people, and it may be. But I just took what life offered. And if in that space, I hope this is a reminder that you don't have to. If you're in a crappy relationship, you have a choice. And it impacts every other decision you make in your life, whether that's your children's life, if you have any, whether it's the people that you have around you, or whether it's any, a job that you move into or a business that you start. Because sometimes it triggers you to start fending for yourself, especially if you grew up in a trad kind of life where a man does certain things and a woman does certain things, and then you start making choices that actually start to question and start to trigger that thought pattern or lifestyle. And I'm not saying it's easy, but I am just saying, think about it, because your life and your enjoyment of life and your freedom hinges on how you feel about your freedom and I use the term freedom very loosely because what is freedom, right? But I digress. Understand that you deserve better, and you deserve to be happy. You deserve to live life in your own terms, and you certainly deserve to make your own choices in life, good or bad. I mean, I've made some really bad mistakes that have been very costly, but they've been my mistake and I've owned them. And that's okay, because I've learned a lot through those experiences and through those choices. And you too, don't be afraid to make choices. Don't be afraid to make a decision that may be the wrong one, because I think that's another thing, right? We're always afraid of making decisions because we think that it's going to be the wrong one. That's okay. It's okay to make a mistake, even if it's a wrong one. It is your mistake as long as you own it. But remember that you deserve a life of your own choosing. And until you accept that, you're going to keep blaming everybody else for how crappy your life is. Or is it? Have an incredible day. I'll speak to you tomorrow. Take care.